It's my feel-good breakfast show.
New PANADO grape flavor syrup, colorant, tartrazine, alcohol, and sugar-free. Giving you the power to fight their pain in a new flavor that is great. I mean grape. It's a clear choice in fast pain and fever relief. Welcome back as we continue to focus on our beautiful little ones this morning and how important it is to make informed and trusted decisions concerning their health. And here to lend a helping hand, as they do every day in this space, are experts, pediatrician Dr. Anisa Varhead and pharmacist Radar Kader. Guys, thank you so much for being here. And you brought along a little friend.
Yes.
He's warm and cuddly just like the rest of you. I love it. Anisa, I'm going to ask you my first question because you kind of look at this through two different lenses, in fact, because you are a working mom.
Yes.
You have a little one,
Yeah.
and you understand the repercussions of not treating those symptoms. And often you can understand and feel the pain. I get the man flu. I know that feeling. But when it comes to the little ones, when managing that pain and the fever specifically, why is that so important?
So we expect them to have a fever, and especially when there's infections going on. And what we're trying to look at is managing the discomfort that comes with the fever. That's the goal. So I'm always getting kids coming in and saying, they have a fever, when am I going to treat it, what am I going to do with it? And it's all about, is the child uncomfortable? If they start becoming uncomfortable with that fever, that's when we're going to try and get it under control. And that's when we're going to start looking at what kind of syrups that we're going to use and what dosing and how often. The big thing is, the one thing to watch out for, there's a certain population that have seizures because of high temperatures. And those are the patients that we actually turn around and say, listen, sign of an early start of a fever, get on top of it ASAP before they actually have those seizures.
And you're making parents anxious right now because all of us have the thermometer at home, and that there's nothing quite like the terror of when your child is sick. Have we crossed that line? Have we crossed that line? Have we crossed that line? But it gets real, and it gets real very quickly. I think the fact that we can treat so many ailments from the same approach in this space means there are some usual suspects here.
Yeah.
In your experience, what are those usual suspects that are leading to the pain and fever when it comes to the little ones?
I think, thanks for having me again.
Oh, it's always good.
Yeah, I think in our setting, in a pharmacy, we'd always get the first line. We'd be the first line of sort of point of call for clients to come in with sick kids. And in the last couple of weeks, we've seen an increase in a lot of stomach viruses and
big time.
Also a bit of allergies and cold and flus. And along with that, a lot of times come fever. And our first point of call would be something simple as paracetamol. It's got a good safety profile. It really, really works well in getting a fever down quickly. So definitely, if paracetamol doesn't work, then we'd go on to things like ibuprofen and things like that. But because of the safety profile of paracetamol, it's just the first medication that we'd go for.
And it's so nice as a parent when you are playing in a space where we know very little. Let's be honest, as a new parent, you are constantly reaching to the stars for answers. Yeah. So to know that there is something as trusted as paracetamol makes a big difference. Why is it so good in that space? Radar mentioned the safety profile being really good. I can remember my wife using it through pregnancy as well. Why is this such a good go-to?
So if we look at how a fever starts in the whole physiology, the basic step to actually stop that whole pathway kind of going on is starting with paracetamol. So that's why we always, that's our initial game to actually start there. And then we start looking at all those adjunctives adding onto it. So giving that regular paracetamol, trying to do it every 4 to 6 hourly, trying to kind of stop that cascade of events, it'll work that way.
And I think this is where the responsibility of both of your roles really does come to bear. If you're going to give a parent something that works really well, but it's got preservatives, colorants, alcohol in it, you're doing them a major disservice. What is the danger then with these products that do carry too much, and why is it such a, I mean, I know it is a massive bonus, but to be able to get that balance right of having something that works so effectively without any of that, that's a major thing.
So essentially with kids, we're looking at side effect profiles. They're much more smaller. I mean, this is the size of my 3-year-old. And we're looking at the side effect profile. So just the small amount of alcohol might not hit us, but hitting a little 3-year-old, we might have quite a big side effect, like much more side effects.
For
and they're
sure.
actually more prone to getting kind of toxic side effects from that. Same thing as looking at all the preservatives. We're starting to find with the allergies, especially with all the more research we're doing, we're finding actually a lot of these tartrazines and preservatives that are in are actually causing anaphylaxis reactions to these kids. And we're realizing actually, you know what, less products in it, in these basic kind of drugs, is the best for them.
And this kind of says to me that the pharmacists are pushing back, that the pediatricians are pushing back, because if companies as big as this are backing that. So when a parent comes into you, Radha, because you kind of are often that first point of contact.
Sure.
When a parent comes in with that look on their face, and generally they will be feeling the anxiety when their child is sick in any way, how do you approach helping them?
So I guess we see this every day, right? So I think having the ability to know that you've got products in your store that is going to provide a solution for their problem, you know, that makes you feel good. And when, like now with this new paracetamol or PANADO that's available in a tartrazine-free, sugar-free, alcohol-free, I mean, in this day and age, these are the things we're looking for, because we understand over time what kind of side effects those other sort of excipients and ingredients cause. In a simple ingredient like paracetamol that works.
And it feels like for so long we've sacrificed so much for the sake of sugar in particular, I think, just to get the child to take it in. The fact that it tastes this delicious, that it's packaged this way and safe enough for experts on both sides of this equation to use as you do is amazing to me. So thank you for the work you do every day. Thank you for sharing your insights with us. And hopefully as a parent you are starting to take on board how much support there actually is out there for you. And I think it starts with an education, empowering yourself. An informed parent gives you, being that, gives you the power to help your children on the most fundamental level. So please stay tuned for a very new, exciting children's syrup medication coming your way. I think you know what it is. For now, though, you have the chance of being one of not one, but 3 lucky winners to win 2,000 Rand. And of course, the hashtag Power to Fight Pain, thanks to PANADO. And this is how you do it.
New PANADO Grape gives you the power to fight their pain in a great new taste that's free from tartrazine, colorants, sugar and alcohol. This 29th February to the 1st of March, celebrate the launch of the new addition to the PANADO family and stand a chance to win a cash prize of 2,000 Rand. Answer the questions in the PANADO post on Expresso's social media pages using hashtag PANADOSA and hashtag Power to Fight Pain. T's and C's apply. PANADO Grape, a clear choice in fast pain and fever relief.